Computer, begin log. Hello there, gamers! I'm the Orange Ranger, and welcome to another episode of Star Trek Resurgence here on Orange Ranger Plays. Last time, the ship, first minute of the video, really began to hit the fan as the consequences of all of this stuff going with the Tkon are starting to unfold. The Elydian ship has been taken by the Tkon and modified and is untraceable by the Resolute. In order to help try to track down Petty Officers Carter Diaz and Nili Edselar, Ambassador Spock suggested that we go over and pay a visit to Portal 6-3, thought to be the last surviving Tkonian, a guardian of their empire in one of its furthest corners, that was encountered by the Enterprise D in an early episode of Star Trek The Next Generation, from actually which the entire plotline of this game branches out of. That contact was primarily made by Commander William Riker, the ship's first officer, who very much impressed Portal 6-3 and convinced him to release the Enterprise D, as well as the antagonistic Ferengi ship that was there as well. So, as Spock goes off to Andoria to get the Resolute permission to contact the Tkonians, because the entire area has been restricted, he advises them to contact Captain Riker, now Captain Riker of the USS Titan, in order to get some more information about Portal 6-3 and how to make a good impression on him and what their odds are of getting his help. Meanwhile, Edselar and Carter are still on the Elydian ship, where Major Arminta, their main source of support in the Elydian fleet, has encountered his protege on board and teamed up with them, and they are making an effort to take back over the ship by heading to its engineering area, I believe. I'm a little fuzzy on that right now, and that's okay, because for the moment we are on Delphi Ardu, the planet of Portal 6-3, and we're gonna see if we can't find this dude and give him a little talkie what's what. So let's do it.
Coordinates match the exact location where Riker met Portal 6-3.
Unlike Riker's team, we beamed down without a problem.
Nobody upside
It's quiet.
Too
Portal
quiet.
has to know we're here.
If he won't come to us, we'll go to him. Spread out.
And we're gonna do that. We don't know where. Okay. We're gonna do that by walking up to dots and pressing R2. You know, I do like, this is one of those moments where it's like, this is an actual location.
Burn marks.
The report mentioned phaser fire being redirected toward these strange crystals.
It also mentioned Portal calling down lightning bolts.
Better keep our guard.
We better keep our paws up. I believe what I might have been pointing out here is that Bedrosian has the visor now, but she doesn't on the crew screen. And those pictures can change, by the way. Look, Solano has grumpy face right now because he ain't happy with me. Everybody else seems pretty happy with me, but Solano is grumpy face because I told on him to Captain Riker because the shield algorithm's been compromised, and the entire freaking fleet can be destroyed by the Tkon. But anyway, yes, this is an actual location.
If I recall right, Geordi LaForge transported in here, hanging upside down.
I guess we're lucky we were spared the indignity.
This is an actual location that was featured in the episode, so...
Anything unusual, Commander?
It's all unusual, to be honest. We've precious little data on this planet, so brief was Captain Riker's visit. Anything he didn't see himself is a total unknown.
We deal with unknowns all the time. Part of the job.
I'm accustomed to dealing with the unknown from my station on the bridge.
Screw you too, buddy. I guess he's not terribly happy with me. This is a real location from the show, so it's nice to be able to set foot here, so to speak, you know, and explore the space in 3D. And obviously, you know, some allowances have been made, but let's go ask the doctor about it.
Doctor?
Commander, keeping an eye on those duridium levels? Good. Last thing we need are your cells destabilizing on a hostile alien planet.
Did we bring any? Examine sticks.
Already gave it a scan. Dead.
No
Whole
kidding.
planet feels like it's been turned to stone.
That is wood. That is definitively not stone. Right next to it is crystal. I have my tricorder available, but yeah, not doing me a lot of good at the moment. This seems like another one of those sections where it's like, yeah, I was like, what about the burn marks? You know, I'm gonna hit all the like on the ship where it's like I gotta find all the R2s, and then I gotta find something to scan, like these crystals.
These crystals are dormant.
Riker's report said they were glowing, that they served as energy collectors. It could be a good sign they're inactive.
You could
The
try
Guardian
shooting
of
at them.
Tkon doesn't have his guard up.
I'm serious about that. Like, that would be the thing that would activate them. Hey, congratulations for scanning the crystals. Let's point your camera at a bridge. Because, you know, it might help you.
This is
Found
where
bridge.
Portal 6-3 projected his image.
He was guarding this bridge. That has to mean something.
It means
We'll
that it's a
move
bridge.
forward when you're ready, Commander.
Subtle gameplay hints within a script. We'll move forward when you're ready. When you go over the bridge, you're going from that area to this area. So make sure you're ready to go to this area.
Follow me.
See?
Ends here. Is it me, or did that path just disappear?
We walked
There was
over
a
a bridge,
path there
didn't we?
a moment ago.
There must be an explanation.
There must not be a bridge. Scan, 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 scan. Scan, 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 scan. I think that crystal right above is scannable. It's green. Point up a little higher. Close enough.
Tetrametric
Activate another
pulses.
Same
cutscene.
energy as the other Tkon technology.
Most of the
Tetrametric
crystals appear
radiation.
dormant. What's different about this one?
I'm guessing that
Readings
it's not
indicate there's
dormant.
a cavity in the rock right behind it.
We could try melting a hole through the wall with our phasers.
Now somebody wants
Worth
to
a
shoot
try.
something. Worth a try. Phasor. By the way, what about that equated? I was like, But yeah, like this crystal is active, so we should shoot the wall.
Nothing.
There's gotta be a weakness.
I hate that.
Somewhere it isn't totally
I
solid.
hate that. You gotta shoot it twice to get them to say nothing. And you're actually still in the same spot. You notice I don't have my tricorder now. It's just my phaser. I just gotta figure out where to shoot. I'm like up here? Down here? Oh, by the way, notice the beam is not going where she's pointing. It's going where I'm aiming, but let me put it that way, she's not aiming where I'm aiming. It's a side-angled kind of view, and it's firing
Whoa.
the phaser beam off to the
An
side.
illusion.
Yep, shoot
I'm
the
sure
crystal.
that wall was as real as the rest of them. I felt it.
It's almost like our holodeck technology, but far more advanced.
Yeah, you can
The
feel a
crystals
rock
must
wall
be
in the
absorbing
holodeck.
the energy from
it
our
would feel
phasers.
real,
I'm picking up something.
and
a
it wouldn't be.
It's
The
faint.
only difference is they're out on
It's
a
faint.
planet.
With me.
We're gonna walk through this little bitty tunnel to see what we can find. Camera going. Bleh. Huh, I wonder if that's gonna be a bridge.
Another dead end.
Or another illusion.
This whole
Crewman
planet could
LaRue,
be made of cotton
if you would.
candy. Shoot that. Didn't even see a phaser beam there, just a flash.
Devolve
Oh,
to
he's
Resolute.
dead.
Beam crewman LaRue directly to medical.
Like he's moving his head around to show he's not
Is he okay?
dead. No, he's dead.
He'll live.
No, he won't.
Not all crystals work the same, it seems.
Some of
Don't
them
fire
shoot
your
you in the
phasers
ass.
at any crystals unless we're sure they're putting out the same pulses as before.
Tetrametric
Commander,
radiation.
I may be able to speed up the process. I can now detect many different wavelengths of radiation simply by looking.
Got a
The
visor.
Tkon radiation is unusual, so I can't quite clear it all up, but I was able to eliminate many of the non-tetrametric crystals. Your tricorder should warn you.
That's an enormous help.
How?
Thank you, Lieutenant.
It's my honor.
She looked with her visor, and now that information is just transmitted to her tricorder. Use your tricorder to find tetrametric crystals and shoot them with the phaser. Tetrametric radiation is visible through the tricorder. Okay. So basically, you go into a crystal, you're scanning it.
Tetrametric. Good sign.
Tetrametric radiation. Shoot him with the gun. A bridge happened.
Look at that.
It's a bridge. I love that.
Trust, but verify.
Very scientific.
Indeed.
Examine chasm.
We don't have any data about what's below the surface on Delphi Ardu IV.
Oh,
And
you should
I
definitely
don't feel a particularly strong urge to find out.
you should definitely
Then
jump
that
down and
makes
take a
two
look.
of us.
And now we're back off of the bridge.
Aside from the breathable atmosphere, this is a remarkably inhospitable planet. Traces indicate there was once living flora, but it's been dead so long it's practically turned to stone.
From what Portal told Riker, it was an outpost to defend the far edge of the Tkon Empire.
Well, it's not that now. Now, it's a grave.
Dead foliage.
I wonder if this place was always so lifeless.
Yes. A planet that had life on it, that no longer has life on it, never had life on it to begin with. Will you find a freaking crystal to shoot? I was like, can I get...
More crystals. Need a way across.
If only there was a bridge! Whoo boy! Okay. Are the rest of them stuck over there? Only Rydek and Westbrook walked over. And she's like, that's cute. Purple crystals don't have any tetrametrics. Do not shoot that crystal. Those crystals shoot back. You gotta find the green glowy crystals. And I'm like, where could a gentleman find your finest green glowing crystal? Let's do a little jog about it. Let's go over here. Well, here's a lot of crystal. One of these has got to be green. How about this big one?
Good.
Good. Crystal, crystal. More crystals running back up. And it brings us around. Well, I think it brings us back. And I was like, okay, there's another path down here, and this is the one with the cutscene in it. I don't mean to be so, like, snarky, I guess. Just, you know, the game's giving me a little silliness, and I'm in kind of a silly mood. So I'm like, I'm like, having a little snark about it. But, alright, let's be a little more starkly, a little more serious. Okay, so we're investigating this cave. We're looking for the glowy crystals. Because the glowy crystals are the ones that we shoot to dispel any of the Tkonian illusions. Thought I saw green for a second there, but it was just a little blip. Just a little blip. Alright. And this edge is a dead end. But what that told me is that there was something that I would be able to shoot from here that would open up the path on the other side. Because otherwise, why be able to come in here, right? Although, I'm having a little trouble finding it. And then I was like, oh, are they doing this? Are they doing this? Are they doing this? Not tetrametric, no. I thought they might have been doing the where you walk in, although I am close to it, according to the bars on the side. Where you walk in and then you turn around, and it's up above and behind you. But yeah, I wasn't seeing anything, so... gap in the crystal wall. Huh. That looks green. Tetrametric.
Tetrametric.
There you are.
Better go see
We
what's
heard the
different.
sound of something disappearing. Use your tricorder to find the last crystal. I didn't see that when I was playing. It's interesting that it was telling me that it was the last one. I didn't know that. Now I know that. Hey. You ever grill your spaghetti? All right. I'm like, how do I get out of here again? What's changed is I'm now trapped here forever. Look with your tricorder from the open balcony. There may be a crystal on a far-off peak you can phaser. I'm iffy about phaser as a verb, but... There's a green crystal! Shoot it!
The way's clear. Good work, Commander.
Cool.
We'll make sure it's safe.
And then, yeah, and that's how we solve that. Just bring her straight back. Reset!
Space is warped and time is bendable.
Okay, in this cave now. Continuing to carefully make our way through. Portal 6-3 could pop up at any time and be none too thrilled that we're here. Okay, pathway going up. Gonna do a jog about it. Oh, that seems important. That seems... Is it giving off tetrametric particles? Life. They're going to point this out, but I just wanted to point it out even faster. There's life around this crystal.
The plants here are actually alive. Is this the biosignature you detected, Doctor?
No. Not a match.
Well, let's do a scan about it. No freaking kidding. Well, then let's shoot it.
And it's creating an illusion as well.
Based on the data we
Shoot
have
it
so
with the gun.
far.
Only one thing left to do.
Break down our sentence.
Doctor, be ready to beam us out if it turns out we're wrong.
Nobody is like...
Devolve to Resolute. Lock transporter
She
on
could do
away
that
team.
just as easily. Although I guess she'd be available to say... Energize. Okay. I just went... Pew!
Amazing.
That's
There's
a lot of
nothing like
energy.
this in any Federation record.
And the pants were dead.
Plants.
There was no bird singing, and the paths were dead.
And the cutscene was loaded. Oh, gamers. Here we go.
The It's him.
How dare you disturb me? I'd hoped you had enough sense to leave of your own accord, but here you stand. Fools. In another time, I would have destroyed you and your ship simply for setting foot in this place. Fortunately for you, that time
The Resolute
has
doesn't
passed.
have feet. Walk up to him confidently.
Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tkon Empire. We've come a long way to meet you.
Guardian. I am guardian of nothing. The Tkon no longer
He's come to accept
exist.
it.
Don't care to be reminded. If this is why you've come, then you should leave. Now.
We need your help.
My help?
You're the only one we can ask.
You're hiding something. Futile.
The Resolute's database is being accessed.
The Tkon have returned? After so long, how could they? Explain.
It's not in the database?
Tkonian technology made it
That's an
possible
interesting form of
to
technology.
enable the transfer of consciousness
He
from
read
one
the
being to
computer
another
with his
after
mind.
physical death. We call it bioforming. A group of Tkonians calling themselves Scions of the Flame used it to reawaken after hundreds of millennia.
Scions of the Flame?
Is something wrong?
I'd hardly call them Tkon. They were a radical faction with beliefs outside
Isn't
the
that
mainstream.
convenient?
Beliefs that lesser life forms should serve as vessels to ensure Tkon immortality. You want me to help you destroy them. That's why you've come.
Destroy
You
them?
want to destroy these scions.
There is a war looming that could engulf the Quadrant. We want you to help us bring about peace before it gets to that point.
Peace always comes at
Magic
a cost.
comes with a price.
They have an incredibly powerful energy source they call the Cartabula,
These scions have the Cartabula.
and they've used it as a weapon against us.
How are you not dead?
I will speak with you alone.
Oh, hi! Bye! Oh, hi! Okay. Cool. Shit. I guess that wasn't a question.
Where are we? Where's my team?
They're safe where we left them.
Come chase me!
That the scions have stolen the Cartabula is deeply
Now we're
concerning.
doing this.
And to be honest, I'd rather speak with you alone, John Ryde.
You are speaking to me alone, and you didn't have to move and make me walk on these telekinetic crystals to come get you. How many times are we gonna play this? I'm gonna catch up with you, you're gonna say a little bit, and you're gonna move.
Your colleagues don't know what it means to be the last of one's kind. You and I are remnants of fallen civilizations. The Kobliad, the Tkon. One dying, one dead.
One
Our
bourbon,
species
one
could not
scotch,
be
one
more
beer.
different, but we both know the meaning of loss. The others wouldn't understand. It's beyond their ability to comprehend.
That's a good point.
We're more alike than you might realize,
That was
in that we accept the
literally his
inevitability
point.
of loss.
If only you understood the glory of the Tkon Empire's past.
And you have to tell me about it over there, huh? Okay. Let's move these 3D models around. Because that's fun. No. This is actually interesting as a fan of the show. Expanding more on Portal 6-3's character. And his understanding now of what the Tkon used to be. And how...
Tell me, why
universe
spend
has
your
moved on.
days away from your own people when so few of them are left? Why live your life working for this federation to which the Kobliad do not even belong? And submit yourself to their authority? It makes no sense. Not by my logic.
The Federation isn't an authority to be obeyed. At its heart, it's a set of principles meant to ensure the survival and safety of all species, regardless of their origin. You told Riker you'd wait until you were needed. You're needed now. We need you.
As much as it pains me to learn the Cartamina has fallen into the hands of the Scions, my services are not up for offer.
But maybe if you were somehow able to join me over here, you could convince me to offer my services, because how could you possibly walk on crystals that form in front of you? Look at this. It's the symbol on the front of the game box. Alright, I'm sorry.
To be chosen as a portal was to give one's entire self to the cause of protecting the Tkon Empire. I left behind everything I know. And now you want me to turn against my own people.
People you've already said are not actually Tkon.
Betraying my oath.
The bioformed are imposters.
Everything I vowed to protect.
These aren't the Tkon you knew. They're a facsimile. They're imposters. And they tarnish the Tkon name.
We faced these questions in my time as well. What you call bioforming, we thought of as a marginal science. But if these reborn Tkon plan to restore the Empire, is that a disaster to be avoided? Tkonian technology is so advanced, it could save millions of species currently on the brink of extinction, including your own.
He's got a point.
And at the price of a small
That's the problem.
Think of how the many could benefit. Instead, it sounds as if you are reacting out of fear before you have a full understanding of what's at stake. I don't think you've given this full consideration. You may have more to gain than to lose.
You knew it was wrong.
You told me your people didn't use bioforming. That's because you knew it was wrong.
Yeah,
Wrong
the
to
Vulcans
employ
do
on
say,
an individual basis, and surely wrong on a galactic scale.
The Vulcans do say the needs of the many outweigh
You are
the needs
correct.
of the
The
few.
Tkon did not use bioforming on a large scale. That the way these Scions are using it would not have been accepted when the Empire still
But
stood.
the show has told us that that's a fallacy.
I'm curious to see these Scions masquerading as true Tkon.
I like that curiosity.
So I will go with you, and we shall find
6-3's coming
them.
along.
But when we do, I will judge them myself as a guardian of the Tkon.
Okay.
To understand their true intentions.
As is your right.
For better.
Absolutely.
For
Do your
worse.
job.
It's certainly your right to make your own decisions. I won't tell you otherwise.
Very well. I'll return.
What is it?
Commander!
Put
Hold
your
your
guns
fire.
down,
I'm all right.
morons.
He's coming
He's
with
the
us.
one that we came to get.
We assumed the worst.
Why?
He's perfectly fine. Now then.
He literally said,
we?
let's talk privately before they disappeared.
All right. We can beam up your... Do you have any equipment or tools?
Just a stick. Look what I can do with that. I can make it a longer stick. And break it.
Whoa.
And turn it into a glove. That's actually really cool.
Ready to beam up.
I would love to see somebody make the whole thing in a way where you could take the glove apart, put the pieces together, and have the staff. It'd be a little tricky, I think, because of the blade, but I'd love to see that. Back over on I think the ship is called the Zeldy? We get some poorly optimized doors. Carter Diaz, Nil Yetzalar, in the Overload incident.
4 warp cores. That's
4 warp cores, and they each have a soccer ball in
Redundancy.
them.
If one goes down in battle, we
Or
can
like
still
a-
operate.
Makes this
Like
more
a
difficult, though.
This ship
Well,
can maintain warp
like
with
maybe
half the
D20?
cores offline. We'll need to disable 3 of them.
Where are the engine schematics? Power flow routing charts.
We're soldiers.
We don't know.
Not engineers.
Figured we could just shoot
I
him.
thought you would know what to do.
You're the guy who fixes and breaks stuff.
We understand how to operate it under normal conditions.
We'll do our part, you do
Yeah.
yours.
Whatever.
Everything that comes through that door,
Anybody
stop.
tries to stop us, shoot him.
That I can do.
I know how to use the gun.
You at least know where we should start?
This way.
I would suggest starting at the warp cores. The ship has 4 independent warp cores. 3 of them have to be disabled to disable warp. I don't know if you could tell yet, but I have very mixed feelings about this game.
What are we dealing with?
Scan it with a tricorder. Scan the green. Green ball. Radiation scan. Radiation casing protecting the warp core's matter-antimatter reaction chamber. So the matter and the antimatter collide in that ball. Switching over to a chemical scan. Coolant regulator. The thermostatic sensor relays temperature signals to automated coolant valve controls. I think the third was the little, or no. Yeah, it's coolant regulator. I gotta scan one more thing. Up, it's blinking at me that there's another radiation scan I can do. Let's see when I notice. There we go. Lydian warp core, one of 4 warp cores powering the Zeldi. Thermal output indicates each core alone could not sustain minimal warp, but harmonic fusion of at least 2 cores would produce an exponential increase in power.
Cores are running really hot. Makes sense, since they've been producing at max output since we left Otari space.
No ship can run for very long like that. Not before a catastrophic failure hits.
It's right on the edge. We just need to figure out a way
And
to
it's
give it
about
a
to
push.
break, literally.
That console down there could tell us a few things.
Hey, that computer we were down next to before, it can tell us some things. Alright, let's go this way. How did you get down there already? I started running and she started running. Interesting. It's like their movement AI is linked.
Whatever we do, we need to make sure that Tkon can't undo it.
So we need a way to permanently disable the reactors that won't destroy the ship and kill us all in the process.
Ideally.
You thinking what I'm thinking?
Warp core ejection. So the question is, how do we make it happen?
By opening the door under it and making it go out. Well, let's examine the coolant system.
The reactor coolant system is operating at emergency containment levels.
It's just barely keeping the temperature in check.
Maybe we can use that. If it gets this high, their system considers a reactor breach imminent.
Reactor status.
Like we saw on the bridge, all 4 warp cores are operating at full capacity.
Safety protocols.
The safety protocols don't look much different from the Resolute. Breach protection. Reduce output, command override.
How can you read that?
Cease matter-antimatter flow, command override. Emergency warp core ejection. Computer control.
Even command functions can't override one of the most crucial safety measures.
So the protocol's still active. That's good.
If they can get the cores hot enough.
Looks like if sensors show a core is about to rupture, the computer will eject it automatically rather than risk a breach.
So we need
The
to
computer will
increase
boot
the
out
warp
the
core's
warp.
temperatures.
If we destroy the coolant regulators, there won't be anything to keep these reactors from going over.
And it will trigger the ejection. Let's peel these suckers open. I'll take that one.
Which one is?
I'll take the one next to it.
The second you two start dumping cores, the Tkon will know
That's what
we're
you're here for.
We'll be vulnerable. Stuck in one place while you work.
We will have to make a
Good.
stand.
That's what you wanted to do, isn't it?
Do whatever you have to do to make sure we have the time to finish.
Anything?
Within reason.
Kill them.
We'll barricade the door. Work quickly.
But yeah, the whole thing. I'll take that one, and I'll take the one next to it. There's 4 of them up there in a square. I think that's a joke. Although yeah, she takes that one. down. I'm like, hey, I'll go down here. Guess what that helps? Absolutely nothing. Climb ladder. Going up the ladder, climbing up the ladder. Look at Diaz wiggling that butt. He was doing him a butt wiggle. All right. I was like, maybe over here. What about over here? Where the crud do I go? But they were actually, you know, it's funny. I said, like, I thought that was a gag, but no, I was being serious. She's gonna get that one, and I'm gonna get the one next to it.
But our phasers can do this in a pinch.
Our phasers are little laser scalpels. Pull to the right to open the door.
We better get this right. If we foul it up and this whole thing goes
Then we ain't gonna have a second to worry about it.
We don't know how much damage that Cartabula will do.
Look on the bright side. If it all goes to hell, we won't be around to see the fallout.
That certainly inspires confidence.
Hey, right?
It's not a Starfleet warp core, but the coolant regulator has to be in
We have to be
somewhere.
very careful. Poke, 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 poke. Well, let's do a left stick about it. See, I'll just start shooting in here. I'm sure I won't hit anything important.
There you
Found it!
are. Time to heat things up.
Shoot it. Oh, that's too hot.
Warning. Warning. Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
Shunk.
Okay, now they're definitely gonna know we're down here.
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
So I gotta take down one more.
One more to go.
They're here.
They're here.
They're coming
That was
through
quick.
the door. We don't have much time.
Gotta get the third one.
Okay, same as before. We just got it.
Don't stop and look, you dumbass. Duck. Lydian allies. They can take a bunch of hits. We have to help with this for some reason. That was wasted, hitting that battery. Absolutely no point to doing that. Got hit. Dang it, dang it. Like, stand near a battery. Go.
Go.
Thank you. You have soldiers at the door. Go do what you have to do. Now doing this while getting shot at is going to be interesting. Ugh.
Hey! Would you mind not shooting at the matter-antimatter reactor?
How about you don't be a dummy and shoot at the warp core? A silly, silly soldier.
What? No!
Get the warp core done. We're all dead.
He defends her. Now she's only got 3 points of health. Nope, nope, nope. Banner. Okay, good. They have that little red and blue banner. They're shooting at an ally. Got hit again, but I gotten health back, so you can really call that health. Oh! She got shot in the butt. Okay, but that shot there should have warmed it up.
Shoot!
Warp core output at critical level. Ejecting core.
3 warp cores down. Meow.
Disengaged.
They have successfully stopped the ship, or at least pulled it down to impulse.
Did it.
Pew, 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 jump, jump, pew.
You got that escape plan?
I think so.
You think so? Oh. That person got shot in the entire body. Let's have a pause about it. I was paused for 10 minutes I have no idea why.
Can you climb?
Uh-oh. Oh, no.
I'll see you on the parade ground.
We have to climb out of here. She can't climb. So, she's gonna stay there and hold them off. Here's the thing, though. She's not gonna sacrifice herself. She's not sacrificing her life. If she wanted to sacrifice her life, she should have set her weapon to overload and walked towards them. They're not gonna kill her, they're gonna capture her. And they're gonna shove a Tkonian inside her brain. You know we're gonna see her again, but it won't be her this time.
You want me? I'm right here.
Climbing up, looking down the window. Gee, they're not killing her.
Not you, too.
Calm yourself, child.
They do an uncanny job of making her look creepy.
It will all be better soon.
See? She's not dead. She's a Tkonian.
Manka Ulmet.
Manka Ulmet.
Return to us. Rejoin the flame.
You should have just set your weapon over.
Reclaim what was lost.
He's not happy about that.
I do. I want to remember every moment when I make them pay. But this isn't the end. I will avenge Itasca.
I mean, I suppose at this point...
You will join me in this.
Join you in a vengeance?
Save her.
Swear?
That's a dream.
At this point, it's...
As long as she's alive and her memories are still in there.
It's generally believed
still
that
hope.
bioforming is
Hope
not
is what you
reversible.
turn to when you have
Although
nothing
now we
left
have
you
Portal
can do.
6-3.
And there's still something I can do for Itasca. And I shall.
You shall or will? Whoosh whoosh. Whooshy whooshy. I'm a tornado lady. Whooshy whooshy woo. Back to the Resolute. Arminta did like that, by the way. A Stranger Among Us. I really like this chapter. Because, yeah, there's a stranger among us.
So much I want to ask you.
There's
Portal
so
6-3.
little I can tell you. I'm a portal, not a scientist, but I'll certainly do my best. I can only
That's
assume
diplomatic.
this is one of your older starships. One would think, given the importance of your mission, they might send a ship of a more recent vintage. But,
We've been the one
apparently
on
not.
this. So,
Actually, the Resolute is one of our state-of-the-art starships.
that must be some sort of contemporary humor.
She's loaded with the latest and greatest technology in the galaxy.
I've never felt more unsafe.
I mean, you know, the last starship he saw was the Enterprise, so the Resolute is not the Enterprise D. Purple and blue people.
Something wrong?
Not at all. The galaxy has grown more diverse since the days of the Tkon Empire.
Because you conquered everyone who didn't look like you.
To the contrary, most lesser civilizations willingly join the Empire to enjoy the benefits of an advanced way of life. But
This is
that
a
expansion
long hallway
came with
we're
its
walking
own
down.
set of problems, so I admire your ability to diversify without creating conflict. That was always our challenge. And perhaps, ultimately, our downfall.
Diversity
The
is our
Federation
greatest
prides
strength.
itself on its inclusiveness. I'd say it's one of our greatest strengths.
As the Vulcans say, infinite diversity in infinite combinations.
Interesting. I'd be curious to meet one of these Vulcans.
We've got 2 on board. Ambassador Spock and Lieutenant Commander Chovak.
If this is the best you have, then so be it.
That is
to locate
computer
this
panel.
scion, Galvan, I'll need full access to your ship's systems.
That's a touch risky.
Huh. You must be out of your mind.
No, I'm right here, completely in my mind. And with all due respect to your advanced technology, the simple fact is that I won't be able to locate him without it.
It's a good point.
Perhaps
I mean, they
I
haven't
should
been
have
able
made
to.
that clear up front. I'll need to make certain modifications.
That does make sense. I'll see what I can do.
I can't promise anything, but let me see what I can do.
Just know, without it, I won't be able to help you.
This isn't gonna fly.
I'll see you on the bridge.
We're gonna have to talk to Solano.
Captain Solano, I'd like to introduce you to Portal 6-3, Guardian of the Tkon Empire.
Pleasure to meet you, Captain.
Likewise. I can't say I've ever met a portal before. There is no modern equivalent. Not within the Federation, at least.
I've learned it's a very prestigious position in Tkon society. Or was, I suppose. Not just anyone is selected for the role.
And fewer still are suited for it.
How impressive. You spent 600,000 years at your post. That certainly takes an uncommon level of dedication.
We all have our duty.
Of course. But I'm curious. You were stationed there in preparation for what exactly?
Any and all threats to the Empire.
An empire that
post.
no longer exists. Which suggests you weren't very successful.
You said you needed my help. I didn't
shut
come here to be insulted. Perhaps that was a mistake. I'd be happy to return to Delphi Ardu at any time.
Of course you're not to blame.
Of course, the fall of the Empire had nothing to do with you. We know that.
Do you?
Both. No.
Because it seems your captain has a different opinion.
My captain is a jackass.
I'm merely curious where your allegiances might lie. And clearly it's with the Tkon.
Yes, Captain. You have found me out and exposed my true loyalties to the Tkon, not to the Scions of the Flame, who do nothing more than tarnish us in name and reputation and don't deserve to be called Tkon. That's why I'm here.
He seems oddly upset about that.
Access to your ship's systems, we can get on with it. And you can stop wasting my time.
Access to our systems? That's completely out of the question. Tell me that's not what you promised. We're vulnerable enough as it is. And now we're supposed to give him access to everything? Ridiculous.
I understand your concern.
Captain, I understand your concern, and I don't necessarily disagree.
Ah, now I understand your reluctance. I never imagined offering to help would be met with such ignorance.
If you're not enjoying your visit to our ship, we'd be more than happy to let you wither away back
He
on
is
your pathetic
really
rock.
turning on the douchebag.
You clearly do not appreciate the magnitude of the threat the Scions pose. So myopic is your focus on your own ego.
Dang right.
I will not be leaving until they have been found.
Okay, well.
Commander Rydek.
That's an odd positive. It's like, sorry about him. He's a dickbag.
I waited 600,000 years for this.
No, you didn't. You waited
You realize
17
this
years
puts
for
me
this.
in an incredibly difficult position. I was against seeking him out from the start. But now, to give him access to our systems? It's insane. And you somehow expect me to believe his allegiance is with us? You heard what he said in there. There's no way we can trust him.
I might otherwise agree, but you're missing the most important point. He's a Tkon, and he may be loyal to the Tkon, but not to the Scions of the Flame. He's against everything they believe in. You heard what he said.
There There's too much at stake to be wrong on this.
We sought him out for a reason.
This is
to
not
help
a
him
debate.
find our missing crew.
How do
Galvin,
we
and
track
those
them down
Illyrian
without
ships.
him?
This is the plan.
Tell
we
me
agreed
that,
to
and we'll
with
tell him to go
Ambassador
back
Spock.
home.
Which I never liked. But here we are. You know what this mission means to us. Not just for the Federation, but for me personally.
Yes, but I don't care about that part.
Screw up.
I don't care about that
Losing the
part.
shield algorithms was bad enough.
I cannot.
This could be the end
If
of my
you
career.
took
I'm sorry,
the expanse
Captain. You know I support
of
you,
space
but millions of lives and the future of the
entire
Federation are at
universe
stake here.
and
Both of which are
tripled
more
it,
important right now than your career.
it would
It's
not
not just mine.
be wide enough
Both of ours.
to hold the sheer
so be
levels of apathy
Going to trust
I
your
have
instincts on this
to
one.
what you
I just
have
hope you're
riding
right.
on the line for this mission.
both of
I'm
our
sorry to
sakes.
talk over the dialogue, but just come
Let me know if you
on. I knew in the future I'd be talking, so I paused it.
We're good. You may begin.
Listen up, listen in,
I
let
will,
you
of course,
begin.
have to make a few modifications.
That's what you
What
were getting
kind of
permission for.
modifications?
To find Tkonian technology requires Tkonian technology. If this Scion Galvan modified his ships, then I must do likewise to yours.
Oh, it's time to make crystals happen. Crystals which just fold themselves right into the computer.
Size and complexity. This may take a moment.
The galaxy is wide and complex. This might
long
take a
will it
second. Got him.
There you are.
What is it? Galvin?
Someone is using Tkonian technology. I can't get the precise bearings, but it's located in the Palisades cluster.
I'll let the captain know.
I think this is where I was like, should I use it? I come back. I don't know. I should tell the captain, but the captain's been kind of a dick lately. I don't know if I want to tell him. I really need to hit my combat.
Rydick to Solano.
Okay.
I think Portal may have located Galvin.
I'll be right there.
Right where?
I'm getting
bridge or
all
over
kinds
here?
of interference. Almost impossible to lock on the
We're getting
enemy
matrixed.
signature.
Where's he hiding?
Over there.
In the Palisades cluster.
Interesting. Can you lock in on the location?
Not until you get me closer.
Lieutenant Handel, set a course for the Palisades cluster.
Aye, Captain.
Well, I suppose I owe you an apology. You were right after all. That's what I get for questioning the advice of my first officer.
I'm just
You
glad
always
it
have my
worked.
back.
No
Your
apology
concerns were
necessary. Your concerns were valid.
Nonetheless, I should learn to trust your instincts.
Yes, you
were
should.
Absolutely right. Nice work. Let me know if you find anything more.
Will do.
Okay.
What's wrong?
I didn't want to say anything until I was certain. But the reason for the interference is simple. There's a Tkonian device on this ship being used to block the signal. Whoever planted it was exceptionally clever. They knew how and where to hide it. But they have underestimated
There's
my
another
abilities.
Tkonian, I should say. Besides Portal 6-3 on
Engineering.
the Resolute.
Take care of the Tkonian device, and I can find Galvan for you. It's designed to interfere with all transmissions, or at least delay and confuse the effort
Is
to
there a
find
Tkon on
the
board?
ship.
I mean, yeah,
Hold
but
My understanding is that Tkon technology requires a Tkon to operate. Is
mean,
there
Miranda
another
was on
Tkon
board.
on this ship?
The Scions could have someone on the ship, doing everything they can to stop us from finding Galvan.
makes sense.
Don't worry, I'll get this fixed. We're going to find that ship.
We're gonna find him. We're gonna fuck him up. And we're here in engineering. Chill back. Riker? Never mind.
Engineers would have found this device already if it wasn't well hidden. Better to rely on my tricorder.
We gotta scan it. We'll do a little scan.
There's a lot of noise in here. I should scan the device putting out the most radiation to filter it out.
Probably the warp core. Had to get real close.
Most other
Byproduct
radiation
of
sources
the
in here are
matter-antimatter
well contained.
reaction.
There's definitely tetrametric radiation nearby. But even with the gain boosted, it's getting drowned out by other sources of radiation in here.
Like this yellow thing. Like this door I can't find. These pipes are putting out radiation.
A little bit of harmless radiation leakage here, but enough to mask the tetrametric pulses. Easy enough to cancel out. There's still something drowning
Just a little
out the
minor
tetrametric
radiation leak.
I need to find it so I could filter it out as well.
Gotta find it. Oh, there's a 1111. Just a little bit of 1111. It is radiating from this door.
Jeffrey's tubes thump harmonics from all over the ship. I'll filter that out. There we go.
They thump
I'm
harmonics.
getting a clear tetrametric signal now.
Now we're getting the caution label as marking area for high radiation, blah, blah, blah. Okay, up, 3, up 2, 1, 0. Okay, cool. 2, 3, up. It's that way. I mean, I think I was confused because there was a wall there, but it's in, do you see, there's down in that corner, there's a little ways to get there. And I'll eventually figure that out. See? There we go. Oh, I see a woo-woo. I see tetrametric radiation. What's that? Looks like one of those dragons you get at the Renfest and stuff. A little 3D printed dragon.
Found it.
What are you doing here?
Excuse me. Do you belong here? Commander Rydek. I'm sorry.
Paul!
I didn't know it was you.
Paul. Calloway, right?
Yes.
Did I tell you that I took the
it
Tolliver
means
test
a lot
or
that
whatever
you
the credit
remembered.
was?
What, are you doing back here?
Did he say what the
I
are
don't
you
mean to
doing
pry,
back here?
but First officers
Or
don't
what,
usually go digging around engineering compartments.
Just a routine systems check. We've been having problems with our comms lately.
He might be
That's news to
compromised.
me. I haven't heard anything about it.
I'm a
Probably
commander,
because the comm system
dipshit.
isn't working.
Oh, that's even funnier.
Have you seen anyone else in here recently that might
He wasn't
seem
in about
out of
that.
the ordinary? Maybe someone who doesn't work in engineering.
Not that I can think of, but I can ask around.
You
I'm
do
here
that.
almost all the time.
Or no, actually,
But maybe someone else noticed something?
be discreet. Or no, don't
That's
bother.
okay. Don't bother. I'll figure it out.
Okay, but I'm happy to help if you need me.
I know, but you might be Tkonian.
Well,
so.
I'll leave you alone already. Oh, come to think of it, that Hotari woman was down here earlier with Dr. Duvall finishing the last of the bioscans.
Tylus?
That would be out of the ordinary, right?
Thank you.
No. Oh no, what if Tylus did get converted? Oh, she's worried. She's worried. It might be Tylus. Let's take the device. Just this one part of it, though.
Tylus saw something.
Not the big clumps of crystals on the outside. I love how now she's not even, it's not even like Tylus got converted. It's maybe Tylus saw something about somebody who got converted. Tylus is over there, but we'll have to suspect her a little while longer. Yep, we're gonna approach, but not get too close. That's gonna do it for another episode of Star Trek Resurgence here on Orange Ranger Plays, leaving you in a little suspense. Thank you gamers so much as always for watching. Now that the video's done, let me know what you thought of this episode and how the story is going and how my gaming was in it down in the comments below. Hit that thumbs up button to let me know that you enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to see all of my videos. Ring the bell to find out whenever I post brand new episodes. And if you'd like to offer any support to my channel, check me out on Patreon, Ko-fi, Teespring, snacksforgamers.com/OrangeRangerPlays, or #OrangeRangerVideos. Thank you so much for watching, gamers, and until next time, live long and prosper, and may the power protect you.
Baby.